Are you wondering what the hell's going on in 2020? Well, I'm going to break it down for you astrologically. Hey, I'm Brandy Joy, and if you are new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you can learn more about the art and science of magic. So let's start off with what the big thing is that's going on astrologically this year. The aspects I'm talking about today are all transcendental aspects. These are all the big aspects that's affecting the globe. But also when it affects the globe, it affects everyone. It also affects personal life, right? So the first thing I want to talk about is in January, we had this whole thing happen with Pluto, Jupiter, and Saturn all together conjunct, which is when planets come together, that means that they are now they're like a formula working together, right? And so these three huge, just very impactful type of planets have come together in Capricorn at the beginning of the year. This is what's been shifting, right? And so they're very slow moving planets. So it takes them a while to transit, to go through the process. So it's like a big global change will happen. Let's talk about that. Pluto has to do with the soul of the world. It has to do with secrets. It has to do with major transformation, Pluto. And then we have Jupiter. Jupiter magnifies things, right? So think about it. Pluto is all about soul transformation and things that are hidden and secrets and stuff like that, and just like the internal, the unconscious, the collective unconscious, all coming here together. And then you have Jupiter, which magnifies things, right? It's magnifying. This is all happening in Capricorn, and Capricorn has to do with corporations, the government, authority, has to do with the institutions, has to do with banks, finances. So this is happening in that area. Now, the last time that Jupiter and Pluto were together like this in a conjunction was 2007. That is when the financial recession and all of this stuff started happening with the mortgages and the whole mortgage industry and the housing crisis. And now it's like an adjustment again, right? Because Pluto adjusts things. So Pluto and Jupiter magnifies, Pluto adjusts, and especially anything to do with secrets or things that are hidden that are just not being dealt with, right? So they're magnifying, and it's like 2007, it was a trigger, and now it's another trigger. Now that was Sagittarius, this is Capricorn. Capricorn is authority. Capricorn is the government, okay? So we're having these institutional changes being triggered right now, globally. Right? So this is one of the big things. And the thing is also that it was also hitting the nodes, right? We won't even go into that. But that has to do with, just the whole purpose of life changing and transforming. And also Saturn is now shifted 1 degree into Aquarius. And we're in eclipse season as well right now this month in June. Saturn is ruled by Capricorn. Saturn is that energy of the institutions and the government. Saturn and Capricorn are the same energies. So Saturn, the planet, is now in Aquarius, 1 degree. And Aquarius likes to shake things up, right? So you can see how all of this is a little crazy. So yeah, things are getting shaken up in terms of big government, in terms of authority, in terms of, are the structures and systems right, or are they not quite right, and what needs adjustment? And so all these things are conjuncting, right? They're all like, hey, these are the things that we need to be looking at. These are the things that need adjustment, pay attention. So that is some of the big stuff that's going on. Now, when you have eclipses, like we're in eclipse season here in June and in January, right? And we have another one coming up. Now, eclipse season will, for the entirety of the month, pretty much, that the eclipses are going on, will start really pushing crisis and really pushing people to feel like they don't want to put up with stuff anymore. And then that could be just in their relationship or their household or their career, or in terms of bigger things. Things are being transformed. Things that need adjustment are coming to light. And we're also, I mean, there's so much here. We're in the age of Aquarius now. We're shifting into that Aquarius, and there's so much Aquarius energy and Capricorn energy right now that it's just like, wake up. And so Jupiter is also an expansive, right, in terms of waking up. And with the Aquarius energy, it's about waking up. Now, the other funny thing is that Pisces, Neptune, is in its own placement of Pisces. And that started in 2011, and that ends in about 2026. Now, with Pisces and Neptune all together, working together, that is spiritual awakening. That is spiritual awakening. So if you're like me, a light worker that helps other light workers or helps people in a big way, a lot of us were triggered around 2011 to start helping, right? So 2011 and then 2012, it got real like intense energetically for a lot of people. And now we're in the middle of it. You know, just like eclipse season, right? We're in the middle of eclipse season, in the thick of it. And we're also in the middle of the spiritual awakening on a global scale of light workers, of people that are here to help and that are called to help and that feel that, you know, it's necessary to help the world in a way kind of grow and evolve and just pay attention and become more conscious and more aware of what's going on. So anyways, if you are, you know, in the area of healing or in the area of light work, then you've probably been feeling it for quite some time. And so the gifts are starting to be awakened. Psychic gifts are starting to be awakened on a global scale a lot more. Because it used to be a long time ago, people had a hard time channeling. They had a harder time with the psychic stuff. And now it's becoming easier for people. It's like the veil is becoming thinner, and Uranus is a very electrical type of energy. That's Aquarius, Uranus, same energy. And that's very electrical, right? It kind of shakes things up and it grabs your attention. And that is the energy that is going on. That's what we're shifting into. It's like this Aquarius energy. In fact, I threw some cards here to kind of talk to you. Death here in the tarot is the card of Pluto. And so we're dealing with this right now. We're dealing with very much tower energy, you know, and that's, you know, crisis and action coming from God, which is us, right? Unity consciousness saying, hey, pay attention. And then we also have, this is the year of the awakening. This is the year of judgment, right? So this is stuff that's big and it's going on, and it also has to do with those bigger institutions. In fact, I love there's a quote by Plotinus where he said that there is no religion higher than truth. And that quote, you know, that phrase, it really just, it's like, that's the quote of the year in so many ways. Because, you know, this is about the truth, and this is about the reveal and the revelations and the awakening this year. It's not an easy year, and it won't be easy. And next year in 2021, it'll finally start lightening up, and the spring, around probably March, April, will start to lighten up a little bit. But nothing's going to be the same. And it's not going to be like, oh, everything's great now for everybody. It's just going to be a little bit better and a little bit different, as long as things keep evolving the way that they should and adjustments happen the way that they should. Now, the last thing I want to mention about these big planets and these big aspects, for the most part, Taurus is in Aquarius. You know how I keep talking about Aquarius, right? Uranus is in Taurus. Uranus is that energy of awakening, that energy of upheaval that I keep talking about. It's like the craziness, right? And it's in Taurus. And Taurus is the energy of Earth. So the actual Earth. So with all of the elemental stuff going on in terms of, like, we just had a tornado here in Orlando. We had a few tornadoes actually, and trees are down everywhere, you know, things are crazy, and that never happens. You know, we were hit by a tornado here, and I watched, you know, the trees bend over in my backyard, and it was really, really crazy. So that kind of thing starts happening, where it's like things that don't usually happen in terms of the earth being shaken up start happening when Uranus is in Taurus. And that's been going on for a while now. We have, the fires in Australia. We have just crazy stuff going on in the world. And so think about the elements, fire, water, air, all of those things are just being, exasperated. And then on top of it, we have this Jupiter-Pluto conjunction with Saturn and everything in Capricorn. So, it's a time of awakening. It's a time of upheaval in so many ways, and a time of transformation. But really, in the end, it's for adjustment. It's for the better. It's so that things will be triggered that need to be transformed, right? So what we can do is we can really tap into that Neptune and Pisces energy, and we can also just tap into what needs adjustment and the secrets revealed and Pluto and all of that energy, and just meditate on it and work with ourselves and clear ourselves and keep the energies as clear as possible, and just do what you do. We all are here in a different way. We're all here to help, whoever it might be. It might be just your family, it might be friends, it might be a community. And it also could be that you're here to help the actual earth, right? Or animals or whatever it might be. But this year is about adjustment. And so don't be afraid of it, but just, be careful, take care of yourself. And I would love to hear about, how it's affecting you in the comments below. I would love to hear about what you're doing to, keep with the awakening journey and keep with the adjustment, and just to keep moving forward and spiritually evolve, right? And to spiritually awaken. If you are interested in going step by step with white magic and alchemy work and spiritual awakening work, that's what I teach. And we have a program called the Magical Mystery School, and that's at brandyjoy.com. Feel free to jump in and check it out. We have a whole community of light workers and people that are just on the path to awakening. So I'd love to see you in there. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you next week.